All right, we're live. Okay. I'll share this. And there we go. All right. We are live, brought to you always by Ian Huss, local mortgage guy. Hit him up for all your mortgage needs. Awesome guy. He'd be happy to help you out. So we got Evan with us this week. Pull the bracket. So East City Slam last week, like I said, my favorite tournament. Rain got the best of us. Evan, you want to explain what happened with that?
Yeah, so it was a great tournament. I think it was the most E teams this year so far in the local area with 23 or 24. But basically, the winners bracket finals was supposed to be on Sunday morning, and around 7 o'clock, all four teams agreed to play through the winners bracket finals just in case of the rain. And they did, and the Amish Weather Pro, I think they're out of Indiana, Topeka, something like that. But it looks like they ended up beating Crosley, and we never got told that it was going to be like that, which was kind of disappointing. But, you can't control the weather, so unfortunately on Sunday morning it got canceled.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. Usually River City West is really good with the field. So
yeah, that's why I was really confused too, because it stopped raining at like 10 a.m. on Sunday. But one of our pitchers, Chig, actually had talked to Nikki's husband and said that they were trying in the morning, but they just kept sinking in the mud on the field. So they had to do what they had to do.
Which is unfortunate. But it looks like the Amish end up taking the first place. You guys are tied for third. I have your stats.
Yep. We were in the trenches all day.
1-1 pool play, 5-1 bracket play, tied for third. Looks like you played through a loser bracket pretty much all day, like you mentioned, plus your pool play, and then you won a game in the winner bracket too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and then we ended up playing Crosley, and we actually played a good game against Crosley. We lost by 2. We were down 11-5 in the 7th inning, and we were rolling. And then there was, if you ask me, a controversial 50-50 call at third base on a tag that did not go our way. It kind of killed our momentum. So then we went down and played Mandu, which is another good team. We were down 8-1, 9-1 going into the 5th inning, and rallied and came back after that. It was definitely showing that it was hot out. There wasn't a lot of bigger scores like you had seen the past couple months. So you kind of showed who can still whack it in the heat, and only with 1 home run. So that was tough as well.
Yeah, I was looking through this. I noticed a lot of 1-run games.
Yeah, like Dark Waters and Zoo 4-3, which was crazy to me. The Zoo played the Amish. I think it was 7-4, another close game. It was definitely a low-scoring day. There was not a lot of teams that were hot by any means.
So you guys go on to beat Odie, and you go on to beat Outlaws, and that's where your day ended with the rain coming.
Yep. Yeah, we actually beat Odie in 9 innings. Nobody was really hitting, playing good defense, and they ended up not scoring in the top of the 9th, and we finally finished it out. That was a tough game, but we didn't have one of our D-chips, Tyler Rother, on Saturday, so I had Chig pretty much all day, old man Chig out there, and he did a tremendous job. He confused a lot of dudes all night. It was great.
And then, so yeah. How did you guys didn't play the Amish? Did you get to watch them at all?
Yeah, they were good. They didn't whack it as much as I thought they would. But like any Amish team, they hustle. They play good defense and they pick their spots. So they had a couple close games. They were really young, like probably all 18, 19 years old. But I think that was the first time because I was asking around. There was not a lot of people that knew who they were at all. So they pretty much ran through it, but a lot of close scoring games. Let's see, 18-9 I think was their best game. They didn't score as much as I thought they would, but neither did anybody really.
I've noticed with the Amish teams is they field it really well. The hitting's not quite there yet.
Yeah, they tried. They definitely try and pick their spots. I saw a lot of times, they weren't really working on the left side, and they try to go backside, and a lot of them jay it, and it doesn't work out for them. But then they go right back to the left side, and it works again. So they were a good squad. They had probably 15, 16 dudes too. So they definitely stayed fresh all day with staying in the winner's bracket as well.
And then there was some noise about Crosley and Hennigang. Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was. They were playing. Crosley Sports was playing F Cancer, I believe, and Markey was chirping it a little bit, and Crosley was chirping back, and it started to escalate a little bit. There was something about somebody telling some wife some stuff I won't say on here, but it was definitely brought some energy to the ballpark at 6 o'clock at night. But other than that, we play Crosley, and a lot of talk on Facebook, but other than the talk on Facebook, there's some good dudes. They can whack it. They're mature about it. They go about it the right way. So I had no issues with Crosley when we played them. They're some good dudes.
Are they as good as they say they are?
I think it's hard because when you only have one home run, you could tell that a lot of their guys were trying to keep it in the park and maybe trying a little bit too much. So, I mean, for EGSL, yes, they're definitely a very sound and fundamental team that can hit it around a little bit. But if they came up and played D tournaments, all D or C tournaments up here, I don't think they would just run through brackets every weekend like they do in E.
Ryan, you've seen them before. Would you agree with that?
So they're a good team. I think with more home runs, they're going to be just as good. Would they win as much in the C and D? No. Would they still knock some teams off? Yeah. More so in the D than the C. I don't know if they can compete power-wise with you guys in Tiger Fitness, but in the D, they can definitely compete U-Trip GSL-wise, for sure.
So would you say they'll win a couple tournaments, and then other than that, they'll finish, top 5, top 6, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're going to be in the running to win every weekend they play. I mean, you just look at them in One Nation D. I mean, they're right there. So I don't think it'd be any different than GSL D, U-Trip D.
Sounds good. And so I want to talk about your team a little bit. I don't know a whole lot about you guys. How did the team come together? Let's start there, and we'll go.
Yeah. So basically, me and a couple of college baseball players I played at Miami Hamilton decided to start a tournament team. We're really young. We have a couple of vets like Chig, but it really started when the tripods folded. Is when we kind of knew that we could have a good ball club because guys like Zach Evans, Rothard, Brashear, and a couple other dudes came along. But other than that, we're pretty new, very inconsistent with our bats, but our defense is definitely one of the better defenses in E, and our pitching is one of the better pitching in E. So when we get our bats hot, we're definitely a tough game for anybody. But it's when we get our bats hot is the issue with us. And one game we'll go put up 17, 18, and the next game we'll put up 4. We played terrible in pool play in the City Slam this weekend. It was horrible. I don't think we scored 10 runs the first 2 games. But I'd say we got a good group of guys. we definitely are still trying to find ourselves as a team wise, just, the chemistry of playing ball all day together and whatnot has not gotten to the full potential. But I think that towards the end of the year, you'll see us getting a little more hotter and hotter. Just the more and more we play, the better and better we play. So I think that the biggest thing with us is also having all of our guys there too. We have a bunch of dudes that I have a guy that lives 3 hours away, Will Austin Johnson, and he drives to our tournaments almost every weekend, and it's awesome. But we're not always going to have him. So trying to find guys to help the depth is definitely our biggest concern going into the rest of the year.
So when you go to the bench, is it the hitting that takes the hit, or is it the fielding, or?
It's definitely just the hitting. That's our whole team is the hitting. We're extremely inconsistent. We'll put up 3 or 4 one inning, and then we won't score for 2 or 3 innings, and then we'll put up 9, but then it's too late because they've already put up 17 for the day. So our fielding is definitely one of the better fielding teams in E. It's all our hitting. If we're on hitting, we are one of the better teams in E, in my opinion. I think other teams would agree. But when we're not hitting, that's when it becomes tough.
So when I first came into the scene, if you played at Miami Hamilton, you almost jumped straight to C because all those guys are studs. And I'm guessing all kind of that way.
We got a couple studs from Hamilton.
Yeah. So is it the home runs that is kind of holding you back a little bit?
Yeah, we do hit more inning enders than probably most teams in E, that's for sure. Keeping the ball, especially me and Zach Evans. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a stud. And me and him have hit a lot of IEOs in critical situations as well. That kills us sometimes as well. But we've gotten better with it, especially since it's gotten hotter. I think that finding a lot of guys that play college ball and come play with us is we all go up there and we just try and swing as hard as we can. And it works sometimes. They'll keep it in the park 50-50, but slowing that swing down and trying to find that right center gap is what a lot of us really need to try and find to do, and it'll work much better.
So are you guys planning to stick around for a few years, or what's the goal? That's
the plan, man. Just keep building. I would love to run through E as much as possible until we get bumped and go from there. That is the plan.
Do you guys have a sponsor, or are you guys doing fundraisers?
Yeah, so we have a couple sponsors. Brick Street Bar and Grill sponsors us. As I work at Pizza Shop LP here in Oxford, they also sponsor us. And we've done a Super Bowl. We did a Super Bowl fundraiser to help us out too. So, and then we go through all day with jerseys.
Sounds good. Are you guys going to Worlds, or are you doing?
Yeah, we will be going to Panama. We're
Panama,
going to Panama.
WSL?
Yep. Yes, sir.
You guys playing rec or playing E?
Did you say WSL? I'm sorry.
Yeah, WSL.
No, we're doing GSL.
GSL.
Okay. Yes, sir. E. Yeah, we don't have I wanted to do WSL, but this is my first time running a team, playing tournament softball, put my feet in the sand, and I decided not to do WSL for this team.
Understandable. I think that's all I had. Did you have any questions for him right now?
Yeah, so I got to watch you guys play when I umpired you, and Chig didn't pitch, Rother pitched. Rother's a good pitcher.
Yep.
I've known Chig a long time. Chig definitely can mess with younger hitters on the mound. How often do you guys let Chig pitch?
Well, Rother was not there this weekend, so I had him a lot. But whenever Rother is getting tired or he starts getting bumped around a little bit, that's when we throw in Chig. And Chig's awesome, man. He's great. I love Chig. He's been a great start to our team. We didn't have him at the beginning of the year. We actually picked him up in, I'd say, mid-April, right around Slugfest. Right after Slugfest, actually, is when we picked him up. And he's done nothing but be great help to all the younger guys, including myself and everybody else. Just having a vet presence like that, been around the game for so long, has definitely boosted not only our morale but just how we play too.
Yeah, you guys have Austin Broshier, who I think is one of the best hitters around.
Stud.
I'm assuming he's your home run hitter.
Yes, but sometimes, he'll have a game or two where he slumps a little bit, and you take him out of the hitter spot, and he'll go hit 800 for you the rest of the tournament. So when that does happen, we'll switch it to me or Evans, but most of the time it is Broshier. If Broshier's hot, I mean, there's not a better hitter in the park on that day. He's ridiculous.
I played with him last year. I got to play with Evans a little bit last year. Evans can definitely hit it. He's a good player.
Stud. He actually went 18 for 18 in the losers bracket on City Slam. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Hopefully you guys stick together, man. You got a good core. Just keep adding to it and keep building and work your way up.
Appreciate that, boss man. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Evan.
Yep, you have yourself a good one.
All right, so that's the E-City Slam. Unfortunately, it got rained out. But Amish win. It's kind of a shocker, right? Happens a lot. So BB was supposed to be on. He's having car troubles. I tried to find a replacement. No luck. So if anybody wants to come on.
Hold on. I just saw Dylan Downey comment. Let him jump on.
Yeah, Dylan, if you want to come on, let me know.
I want to ask him about the Amish.
Let's see. I'll send him a message. Okay.
So was the E not played at MAB?
No, it was at West. A little bit different. The funny part is I think, I'm not throwing any darts or anything, but I think MAB ended up playing Sunday, oddly enough.
Well, my girls' team played at Hamilton, and it poured, but.
So, just a mile apart, you can get, a whole bunch of different rain. So, who knows? But I'm sure River City West did everything they could. They always do. He wrote me back. All right, so I'll get him on. He said he's at work, so audio only. I do have BB's picks, so we'll go over those. And
so I want to ask you, since it's kind of midway through the year, who's your team of the year so far in each division, C, D, and E?
All right, so in C, I still think it's Steve's, but it's gotten closer. E's Apex, and D is New Wave. What do you think?
I agree with that. It's Steve's Tiger Fitness. You guys, neck and neck. You're always right there. E, I was going to say either Dark Waters or Apex. Apex is my surprise team of the year because nobody would have expected them to dominate like they've been dominating. D, I knew New Wave was going to be good. I didn't know they were going to be as dominant as they were. Soul Bros has surprised me with how good they are a little bit. But yeah, I can agree with all your picks.
No, Greg, that's not true. All right, so I was wrong. MAB did not play, according to Luke Smith here. So who's your top three each division?
Top three in each division. I say no particular order. Steve's, Fly Guys, Tiger Fitness. In the D, New Wave, Soul Bros. I don't want to pick us because I don't want to put a jinx on us. Do you count Legacy in the D for One Nation? Where do you put them guys?
I would say they're C because that's what we're going off of. Is we play mostly, U-Trip GSL around here. We don't play any One Nation. We play a little bit of WSL, so I always go U-Trip GSL.
So for the D, I'll say no particular order: New Wave, Soul Bros, and Odd Socks.
Okay.
E will go Apex, Dark Waters, and I mean, yeah, do you count Crosley? They're not really around here, but they're definitely the best E team around. But if you don't count them because they're too far away, Apex, Dark Waters, and the Zoo.
The Zoo. Okay. I went Apex, Dark Waters, Henny Gang.
Yeah,
So,
Henny Gang's
Dylan?
tough.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. Rhino wanted you on, so here you are. We appreciate it.
It's no problem.
Appreciate you joining us, man. Wanted to talk to you a little bit. You guys are on an impressive run. You want to talk about how you put your team together? Whether there's a mix of veterans, or did you go younger this year? What's the secret?
It's a little mixture of both, man. Sometimes, some players we have on this team is actually it's their first year of competitive softball. I've really only played buddy ball, really, my softball career. But me and Ernie Green, we got together because we've known each other for about 7 to 8 years, and we wanted to actually put a team together that could compete this year and forget about buddy ball for once. So we went and got some people we didn't know, some vets, and then some players we did know. So it's actually a mixture of a lot of things. But man, we're vibing early, so we gotta hope it continues.
What are the end of the year plans? Are you planning on going to different worlds, or just one world, or what's the plan?
I'm planning to go to GSL Worlds in Panama for sure in August. We're staying away from WSLD this year. I don't think I have the team built for WSLD as of right now. In WSLE we went and finished last year in the top 5. And man, you're facing high D caliber teams in WSLE in Panama. There's no doubt about it.
Correct.
But we're going to try to go to Vieira in October as well.
Did you go under Crosley last year in WSL?
No, it was D's. DEEZ is what we were under
gotcha.
last year.
Gotcha. Did you guys play first weekend or second weekend down there?
Second.
Second, okay.
And that's when we kind of just come together and was like, do we want to continue this on to next year, or do we just want to call it quits and just go back to just playing buddy ball again? But I kept the core of it and then added a few pieces, man, and I thought it would work out well, and so far it is. I just gotta keep their focus, man. There's a lot of hate out there for us, so when we come to the park, man, I try to get them to just keep their focus on the field, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Nobody likes a winner, man. I tell you that. So
I get it, man. I get it. It's all fun for us, though, man. We don't have no personal hate towards anybody, really. It's just for fun. It makes the park more interesting.
do you guys? So you're One Nation D. How did that happen? Where you're U Trip E and One Nation D?
Well, One Nation, we have some players that won One Nation E Winter Worlds like 2 years ago, like 2 or 3 of them. And then a couple of us joined that roster after they won the Winter Worlds. So we all got bumped. We just got told to put our appeals in and get dropped back down to E. But I told them not to worry about that. I said, listen, we're already E in GSL. I don't care to stay One Nation D, even though we could appeal and get back to E. I feel like we can compete in D and One Nation as well. So, and we can. We don't have the best record in One Nation, but really all those One Nation teams are, if you go on GSL U-Trip, they're C in that, and we're in every game with it. Legacy, they were missing a few, we were missing a few, but that game ended as a walk-off home run. So, I mean, it was still close.
I was actually rooting for you guys this weekend because I wanted to see if the same guy could win MVP in the C and then the E back-to-back weekends.
Oh, you could tell he was he still had the C swing, man. Luke's a baller, and I have to give him props. He did go to Clay, but Luke deserves to play up. He's got the swing. It's just a pure swing, and he struggled this weekend because he had to change his swing up from the last time, and it just wasn't working out back-to-back weekends. So Luke standing E just holds him back, man. So I wish him the best, and I think he'll thrive in upper ball.
Who you think's the best E team around here that you faced?
The best E team we faced, I'd say Man, really, I think it's the Amish because we played them in Indiana once too, and we beat them 12-6 that game. They're just a fundamental team. It's if you make an error, I promise you they'll capitalize on it. And that's what happened to us Saturday night. We had 4 errors in 1 inning, and they got hype on it, man, and they took off. So by far, they're the most fundamentally sound team that we have played this year in E.
That's Indiana. You have anybody from around here?
From around here,
Have you played Apex?
we've not played Apex. I was hoping they got in it this past weekend. I seen that they was on a little run, winning some tournaments and winning a lot of ball games.
No, he went under a bridge. Dylan, you still there? Let's try to drop him out. Add him back in. Dylan, you there?
Henny Gang must have cut his mic off.
Oh no. Well, we'll leave him there for a second. Oh, there he went away. All right, so he'll be back in a second. So BB's picks, he has Flies, Steves, and Yoder in that order. So Yoder being Tiger Fitness. D, New Waves, Natty Red Leg, Soul Bros, and E, Jenny Gang Baby.
I missed the Henny Gang. I forgot about them. They're a good squad. They're fun too.
Dylan, you back?
All right, guys, I got a phone call and it just knocked me off the stream, I guess.
No problem.
But as we were saying, the team around here, I guess the Cincy, Kentucky area, I guess I'm just going to have to go the best defensive team I think we've played and the most scrappiest team. I hate to say it, man, because me and this guys went back and forth on Facebook a little bit, but I like him. Evan Fecher's got a young, scrappy team. There was 2 innings where we had to score 2 runs to run rule them, and it didn't happen. They come back in the top of the 7th and almost beat us. I think the flock, and I think the flock can be by far be number 1 in Cincy later on in the year.
Would they benefit from playing D?
Yep.
Do you think? Just listen to him talk. A team, a bunch of college kids playing E, or college baseball players in E.
I didn't see any D caliber. Maybe a few, but I think that group needs to stay together and play a couple years in E-ball before D. I think a move to D anytime in the near future wouldn't be the ideal jump.
Okay, I haven't seen
their defense are scrappy, so just have that and then have them get chemistry together as a team. I know he mentioned something about they don't have the best chemistry. They're trying to get that because they haven't been together long. But you get a young team like that, having to play together for a while. I think nothing but bright things are in the future for them.
Sure. Ryan, I cut you off. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Have you guys played the Zoo yet?
We have not. That's a team that we always heard about before we even played in the Bash for Cash tournament. They were the favorites to win. I've been hoping to play them. I've been hoping to play Dark Waters, man, because I want to play teams that are on a row. I want to play teams that everybody thinks that has a shot to win it, just to see where we match up. And so hopefully soon, we plan to be back up there for the John King. So hopefully we'll get a shot at those teams that we haven't got to play yet.
Who's your biggest rival down in Kentucky?
Down in Kentucky, I'd say probably it's not really personal beef, but I'd say with the players that know each other, I'd say the most fun you're going to see between us and Buffett boys probably down in Kentucky. That's going to be the more of a rivalry with us, and you can clearly see that if you see us play each other.
You're kind of on the same trajectory as they were last year. They started off really hot, winning everything they played in, and that's kind of what you guys are doing as well.
Yep. They was on I think they started like 20-0 last year or something. I believe something crazy. So I'm hoping we don't follow in their footsteps. But man, it's I've always I've always heard, and it's the majority of the time it's the case. You win early, you lose late. So I'm hoping that we can break that trend, and it won't attach its name to us.
Do you want to talk about the Henny Gang situation, or you don't have
But
to?
yeah. I'll talk about the Henny. Yeah, man, that's fine. It's the Henny the history with that team started in the Bachelor cast. So of course they was coming at us, with a little of a mouth, and it's just normal for good softball teams to go after other good softball teams when they see they're winning. And so we put them in the losers bracket in the Bachelor Cash, and then that was a mouthy game. They made their way back to us. In the championship, we was up 17-2 in the second inning, and then we got caught talking back and forth. We become more focused on talking and playing. They almost come back and beat us. So that's where it started. And this weekend, it followed up as a few of the players come down there when we were playing the flock, and was trying to motivate them. And in our eyes, okay, you made it. You wanted to be seen. That's cool. We respect that. But I promise you, we're coming back if you're playing a Kentucky team. And that's exactly what was happening when we got done playing the flock. They'd already went back up there, and they were playing Odie from Kentucky. And Odie was down 8 runs in the 5th, man, and we was just giving it hell. Nothing personal either. We didn't say nothing personal to them. We was just getting in their heads, and they become more focused on us than they did Odie, and Odie hit a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th while we were starting the other game on the other field. And then they broke down, the huddle. You could tell only maybe 4 or 5 of the players said it. But they broke down, I won't say it on here, but Crosley sucks, That's what they broke it down on. And the whole park with all the kids and everything heard it. And then they come over there, and a few of them was trying to fight while we were trying to start the other game, and Nikki told them to leave. But man, it's competitive, and I know tempers flare, but as far as getting personal, we didn't come with anything personal. I think they really just got mad that we got in their heads, and they lost because of it. But the comment that Evan made with the I want to clear our name on this too. The comment that Evan made where we called, it was a woman on F Cancer's. It was a lady. I guess that was a girlfriend or a wife of somebody on the F Cancer's roster, and I didn't hear it. None of my team heard it. She and her friend heard it. Apparently, I don't know if any players heard it. From what I've heard, no players did hear it. That was on that F Cancer team, but it was said that one of our players called one of their wives a RAW. I think you can put that together. And I told him, I said, guys, if one of my players ever said that, I don't condone that, and I promise you that that's not the style of game that we play. I said, so I will go and figure out if anyone said that. If they did, I'll address it. But if they say they didn't, there's not much more I can do. All I can do is apologize to all of you all if it was said, and I can promise you that it won't happen again, because I will still have that talk with my team that we don't go back and forth with spectators, especially the women. But like I said, man, but that game, other than that, the game was real clean. We ain't got nothing against those guys either. The F Cancer coach reached out to me, and another player as well, and they appreciated how we handled it. And man, I don't want our name to be out there as we get personal with people and we calling wives of the players' names, because I promise that's not our style.
Even can't ask for much more than that, man.
Yeah, it's just fun, competitive, man. The Facebook talk, that won't stop, man, because my team feeds off of it, and it just makes it more fun at the park. But as Evan can see, man, and everybody else that met me up there in Cincy this past weekend, at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing but respect for them, and I'll show them respect as long as I get shown the same thing.
Well, just congrats on a hot start, man. Hopefully you guys keep it going. Good luck. I hope you guys win a world, man. That'd be awesome.
I appreciate it. Thanks for inviting me on the podcast, guys.
Thanks, Dylan. All right. Yeah. So when he posts on our page and all that, I never take that seriously, and I don't think it's meant to be serious. He's having fun, but sometimes people can't handle that, and that sounds what like what's going on there at the park.
Shit, it makes my day go quicker when he posts.
Yeah, I always enjoy it. I think people take it seriously, and it's not meant to be. But all right, so let's go back to these rankings. So try to share my screen. All right, there we go. So those are mine. The thing I keep coming back to is I think the C's right, the D's right, and the E's right. I don't see any team out of whack, right? So if one of these E teams and one of these D teams get bumped, do you think they compete at the next level?
I think New Wave has the power to be able to compete in the C. Would they be top 3? Probably not. We're kind of a question mark. I don't think we have the power to compete in the C, but we're scrappy as can be. So I don't think that we would ever give up. I mean, we probably wouldn't have a winning record in the C, but I think you'd know you're in a dogfight against us. And I think the Soul Bros are more suited for C because they have tremendous power. So I don't think any one of those 3 are going to get blown out that often in the C, but I don't think they're going to win in the C. If that makes sense.
Understood.
From what I saw Apex play, they could most definitely compete in the D.
Darkwater
They'd be better off in the D. So I've only seen Dark Waters play once. I umpired them, and they had a horrible game. They played F Cancer. I think they scored 2 or 3 runs. The shortstop Rothard, I think, was 1 for 4, and I know he's better than that. He had 3 really bad swings. So I caught them at a bad time. They had a really off game. So I can't. I mean, track record says they'd be fine, but the only eye test I saw, they did not play well. Then Henny Gang. That's tough.
We played them in the City Slam Open, and we beat them up pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know how much of that is, hey, you're playing a team you don't think you can beat, and you kind of lay down a little bit. So I don't know what the jump is from E to D anymore either, because I'm too far removed. So to me, it just seems like everybody's in the right spot. I hate for anybody to get bumped, and somebody most likely will, but I don't foresee it going well. Is what I keep coming back to, and maybe it will. I don't know. Like
So
Legacy, good.
I think Legacy can compete in C
Yep.
with their roster, no
Yep.
doubt. But they were a dominant D team. I don't think New Wave's the best D team, but they're not dominant like Legacy was last year, if that makes sense.
Yep. And the way I look at it, was when I try to decide, is like, is this D team, can they play in C? And I start going through, is like, could that guy play for my team? Could that guy play for my team? Could that guy play for my team? And if you get to 5 or 6 yeses, okay, well, that's probably a C team. And I'm not sure I see that. And I could be wrong. I don't watch a ton of the D&E teams. I'm not seeing a ton of that right now. So it just seems like a massive jump, and I don't know how to fix it. And because we need more C teams, but I don't want to have C teams just at the sake of sacrificing a team that was really good in D last year. So I don't know what the answer is. I guess what I'm getting to.
So I'm trying to think that if you go player for player on your team and our team, I don't think we have a guy that would take a starting spot from the guys that you have now.
Yep. I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with the roster, but could they start and not be out of place? So Dakota probably, right?
Yeah, but him and Lightsy are very similar, and Lightsy's going to out hit him.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying over. Just could he play on my team and not stick out? And then
yeah, for sure. He's not going to. I mean, we got guys that wouldn't hurt any C team.
Yeah.
But it's not like, all right, they're significantly better than guys that are already playing C.
Yeah. And then, like, you could pitch for me just fine, and I'm sure you have some other players as well. And who's your veteran? Like, he's married to Christy, Brian Chase. He's another guy. He could fit in just fine. So there's a handful, but man, you're taking from guys that are, just making their lineup to, trying to start and win. That's tough. So, I don't know. And maybe it shakes out different. Maybe, whoever gets bumped makes the right pickups and it all works out. I don't know. But, Legacy coming up, I thought, they'll be fine. But, this group of teams, I'm not so sure. And I'm not beating up anybody. I just don't know how we get more C teams, which is always a topic. And, and the E teams, I think Apex goes up and fine, and maybe another 2 or 3. But the jump from D to C right now, I think it's pretty significant.
So I wish they would do more combine. And I know D teams probably wouldn't play, but back in the day they used to combine the C and D every once in a while.
Used to happen
Every
a lot,
once in
right?
a while, yeah, and every once in a while they combine the D and E. But my gripe with it is I don't have a problem playing you guys, but why do we have to conform to C rules? Why can't it be 4 home runs instead of 5 home runs or something like that? We always have to come up and play C teams with 5 home runs. Well, you're not changing your game at all. We got to try to change our game and try to compete with a team hitting 5 home runs.
Yeah, I'm not against it. Would you do 4 in inning ending, or what would you want to do?
I think the inning ending is the great equalizer. I mean, it sucks because C guys swing hard every chance they get, and they don't want to have to risk ending the inning, and I totally get it. But that inning ender is a great equalizer.
Would you rather have, let's say, 3 inning ending, or would you rather get spotted 5 runs?
It depends. You give me 5 runs from the get go, or do I have to wait 5 innings to get a run each inning?
You could have it from the get go.
I think I'd have that.
Okay.
If you give me the visiting team, we're up 5-0, all of a sudden we put up 5, then you're in a 10-0 hole.
Happens a lot. It's something. Yeah. So yeah, I'd be fine with that. They're doing CD this weekend for pool play, so maybe we'll see some upsets. But yeah, back in the day, wasn't it all CD and ITs? That was always the thing.
Yeah, they had the what's called it. They had the local conference, and it was all the U-Trip events were CD combined.
No longer a thing, unfortunately, at least for me. All right. So, anything else on the mid-season review before we move on?
No, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of very solid teams, even in the E. I mean, Apex is solid, but I think they can get beat on any weekend by the Zoo, the Flock, Crosley, anybody like that.
So we got the WSL Spring State. I think you have an announcement for that. Is that right, with the brackets?
Yeah, so Chuck Johns came to me, and he wants to make this contest that we're going to run, the bracket challenge. He's going to offer $100 off to the winner on the next WSL event. I've got to get with him to see if it's going to be for each bracket for the D, E, and E rec, or whether he wants to do it all combined. But you're going to have a pretty hefty prize this week for the pick'em contest.
Nice. So for the men's D, we have BTX, Circle City, EOS, Corrupt, Mo, Players, Six Pack, TDW, the boys, Tiger Fitness, Birdman, Extreme, Associates. So that's who's all in the D. Do you like any of those teams?
Oh, the bracket's actually out if you want.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I'll get back to it.
Yeah, I was shocked. It came out about 11 o'clock today.
Okay. Pull that back. All right. All right. So Six Pack and Corrupt play first round. TDW Investments play Circle City. The winner of that gets Mo. BTX gets the winner of Boys and EOS. Tiger Fitness Associates play in the Players. Who do you think comes away with this tournament?
So I heard that the boys have a special guest appearance with Rusty Hodgson this weekend. I mean, Mo's tough. BTX is tough. I'm going to go with Six Pack to win this.
Okay. I'll go with Mo. I don't remember if they have Edwards or not in DWSL. I don't think they do, but still a strong team regardless. Probably few in there you could pick. All right, E. Eights all day, waiting on Woodpeckers and the winner of Woodpeckers and Nasty Boys. Um, Wilson Concrete, Water Boys. Then you got OTF, Bob Spallers, and then it looks like FOE got a bye, and then they're waiting on the winner of Outcast Boys and Team Sting, and then you guys are waiting on the winner of Funk and Tribe. Who do you like in the E?
So I'm anxious to see what the Woodpeckers roster looks like, whether it's the same roster in U-Trip. If it's the same roster, I'd say they're probably the favorites.
Okay. I'll go with you guys in this one. Playing hot.
We're missing a lot of guys. We're missing our entire starting outfield. We're missing our entire starting outfield. So it may be tough. We may surprise some people. I don't know. I may have to. Me and B Chase may go to left field. Who knows?
You guys are gonna play paper rock scissors for it?
I don't. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to win that paper rock scissors to have to go out there. So
is that what you guys are hurting on, outfielders?
yeah. So my brother, our center fielder, he's got a wedding or something. The left fielder, Seth Keith, thinks he's got a hernia, so he goes to the doctor tomorrow. Andrew Arnold's still dealing with a hamstring. We do have Travis Troxel this weekend, so he'll help in the outfield. We'll probably throw Tristan in the outfield, maybe Phil Blake's in the outfield. So we still have guys that can go get it, but they're normally not in the outfield.
Phil, I've never seen him in the outfield before. I'm sure he could do it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, Phil's one of them guys where wherever you put him, he's gonna excel.
All right, let's see. We got for the rec, and this bracket seems to grow every week in the WSL rec. Outlaws versus Cincy Freeze, Relentless Reloaded versus American Outlaws, Free Agent versus the Funk, God B versus Henny Gang, Dirty Birds versus Queen City Slammers, Brute Force versus Sack Attack, plays in the Slugger City, American Made First and 10, and then NKY Woodpeckers versus OGs, DBA, Old Guys. Who do you like in the rec?
I mean, Henny Gang's tough. I see Relentless Reloaded just got dropped to the rec, so they might do well this weekend. The Free Agents, they hit too many home runs. I probably have to go with Henny Gang to win it all.
I'll do the same. I don't see any other teams that I really think that can compete with them. When you guys go from the 3 home runs to the 1 home run, is that a big deal for you guys?
I don't think we've hit 3 home runs all year long, so it doesn't affect us a whole lot.
Understood. All righty, so that's it for the state, and then lastly we have the battle for the beach. CD pool play combined, only 2 C teams, 8 D teams. So the C bracket's already out because they have just the 2 teams. Let's see. So who do you like in the C? You like Sportsco or you like Tiger Fitness? 1 game playoff.
1 game playoff, Sportsco and Tiger Fitness.
Yep.
I don't see Tiger Fitness on here, do I?
Isn't that them right under Sportsco?
It is, but I see. So when I pool C, men's C, pool A, Sportsco, Kraken, Shockers, Nasty Hooks, Mayhem, Sandy's Towing.
They're in the B bracket.
Okay, that makes sense. And Soul Bros, Tiger Fitness, TCS. Man, I'd say it's hard to beat Tiger Fitness in a 1 game playoff, ain't it?
Yeah, I like them too.
Especially I talked to Doug and their pitcher's out.
Who, Phil?
Gamble. I guess
Gamble?
Phil's hurt too, and Gamble broke his arm or something.
I did hear something about that. Yeah, that makes it tough. So hopefully they got another pitcher lined up. I'm sure they do. Who knows? But yeah, I'll go with Tiger Fitness as well. In the D, you got Kraken, Shockers, Nasty Hooks, Mayhem, Sandy's Towing, and then you got Tiger Fit or Soul Bros, TCS, Pitch Me One, and Heat. Who do you like in the D?
I'm gonna take TCS.
Okay, I'll go with Soul Bros. And then last but not least, we got the E. All right, we got the Flock, Warriors, High Society, Bench Warmers, the Zoo, F Cancer, Hitmen, Premier, Chiropractic, and that's it. So, all right, I think I know who you'll pick, and I'll pick the other one. Who you like?
I'm gonna go with the Zoo.
The Zoo. All right, I'll go with the Flock.
I pick the Flock every week and they don't win, so maybe I'll give them some good luck by not picking them.
Yep. So no mailbag questions this week. I need to get better at that. So anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day here?
No, I'll have the bracket challenge. I'll have that up tomorrow while I'm bored at work. I'll create the brackets and go from there and get that link posted. But make sure you put your name on it so I know who wins the $100 off.
Sounds good. All right.
Shout out to Chuck for doing that for us.
Yeah, Chuck, appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
All right. See you.